my cousin Willie G, and we're here to talk that combat sports talk once again. I know that we missed you all on Sunday, but for
My
once,
bad.
it was not my fault. Um, how you feeling tonight, Will?
Hey, I'm doing all right, bro. Hey, before we get started, man, look, that intro always gets me so pumped up, man. The shadow boxing. I got to show you this video I saw today, man. Hopefully you didn't see it yet, man. I know this is your guy right here, and this shit is just like phenomenal. Um, so let's see. Here's your boy Tank Davis with a 50 punch combo, bro. Watch this. Hold up. Mm. What you think, Nico?
Fire, fire. Hand speed is ridiculous, but shout out to his Padman Bug. Uh,
Dude's
his
got some quick
his
hands too.
Yeah, his hand speed is next level. I have actually seen this. I legitimately just got done, and I have it in my phone. No joke. This is wild that you did this because I did this today. Actually, I have that whole entire boxing set written in my phone right now to show to
Nice.
some of my clients back home.
That's what's up, man. That's
Completely
crazy.
like that. So that's wild that you brought that up tonight. Once again, same wavelength, brother.
Oh yeah, all day long. So look, so Sunday we decided we weren't going to do the show because there was a wrestling pay per view. It was a big weekend of fights and wrestling, all that kind of stuff. So Monday we're supposed to have the show, and I messaged Nico. I said, "Look, man, I am so tired, bro. I'm going to go to bed. I can't do the show tonight. I felt like shit." So let me just tell you how Monday actually went for me. So I was working. I came home. I took a break, came home, and was sitting there talking to my dog. And I go to get up, and at the same time, the cat jumps like out of nowhere to try to get on my lap. But because of his, like, I guess, forward motion and my forward motion, excuse me, um, she like claws my shoulder right over here. And I didn't think anything of it. I go back to work for a few hours, and I get off of work and I'm like, man, I feel like shit. Like I was getting like a pounding headache. I was tired. I just didn't feel good, man. So I go to pick up Izzy at softball practice, and I'm sitting there for like 10 or 15 minutes, bro. I fall asleep the whole time, wake up like sweating my ass off. Right? That's when I messaged you and said I wasn't, I had a headache, whatever. So I get home and I'm like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I just need to take a shower." And bro, I look in the mirror, and like where the cat had scratched me, look at this shit, bro. This is like 3 days later. But can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and in fact, actually, let me see if I got that picture. I could show you like the picture the day that it happened. So so anyway, I don't know. I thought that I just wasn't feeling good, and I thought the cat just scratched me up, whatever. Um, but I ended up having cat scratch fever. You ever heard of that?
No.
Bro, it's some shit in like their saliva that some cat. This was the day that it happened, Nico. Right there, that's my shoulder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, and that's within a few hours. So basically, I got like an infection from like the cat clawing my shoulder, and I got I don't know. They said I had two types of infections, so they put me on antibiotics. Basically, I slept the whole day, most of the day yesterday, and all day today, up until Izzy's softball game, and I went to that. But that's what happened, bro. It was kind of
So you
crazy,
Parquet
man.
now. You
Huh?
Parquet. You Parquet.
Yeah. Hey, that's funny you say that because um,
You
we
cat man.
told we told William that I was turning into a cat last night, and I was
Yeah,
like meowing at him and growling at him and shit. It was kind
you
of funny,
cat
man,
man now.
for real. So I've been
How did he take to that when you started meowing at him?
bro, it was hilarious, man. He's like, Izzy, Dad's turning into a cat. Look, I was over there like this, Nico. Look, I was like cleaning myself and shit. Um, so anyway, man, I'm feeling better now. I've been on an antibiotic for about a day and a half now, and just just been chilling, man.
You
So
don't want to just go full cat, bro.
well, yeah, hell yeah, I'll be cat, man. I'm cool with that, bro. They got
I'm
good.
gonna start calling you Ernest.
What's that?
I'm gonna start calling you Ernest.
Ernest. I feel you, man. So, Nico, man, I wanted to play a little something else for you because so you saw the Tyron Woodley got that tattoo,
Yep.
right? You saw what Jake Paul said
But nah.
that basically, to make a long story short, Jake Paul put out a tweet that said, Tyron made his money. Tyron went out and bought a used Bentley. Then Tyron's attorney called him and told him how much he had to pay in taxes. And then Tyron got the tattoo because he
Okay.
wants the rematch.
I might
Um,
give it to him.
what's that? I doubt it, man. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think that there's. I mean, look. Besides that one part of the fight, which yeah, that was the most effective shot of the fight. That one punch that Woodley landed,
Yeah.
he lost like pretty much. I feel like he lost all of the rest of the fight besides that one part, which gave him a round. I didn't give him any other rounds, honestly. Maybe one other, I don't know, but I wouldn't fight him again. I just don't think that there's much to gain from it. Um, but check this out, Nico. I think if I could get a hold of Jake Paul, man, I would tell him to do this because I know he's got to know somebody who can rap, and I would tell him to sample this as the hook of the song, and I tell him to make a track and diss the fuck out of Woodley. But listen, you remember this May song, the Oracle? Listen.
This Mace nigga, I invented the curve. I'm the name on the ribbon on the bird. I'm done rapping with you. You always be my bitch. You got my fucking name tatted on you.
Bro, if I was Jake Paul, I would take that clip. Just the you always be my bitch. I got my name tatted, or you got my name tatted on you, and bro, I would be like, I would make a track. Have somebody make a track just to fuck with Tyron. Come on, Jake Paul's got money on top of money. Why not?
He got
Why
money,
not
but
have some
he ain't
fun?
sure they got no bars.
Oh
I
no,
heard
he
that boy
doesn't,
rap, man. I heard that boy rap, man. His flow is trash.
bro. He's got
I'm
the
one
money.
of his biggest supporters, man.
I know.
Avid Jake Paul supporter, but that boy's bars is trash, man.
I didn't know he ever tried to rap, but that is
Nah,
kind
man,
of funny,
all
man.
rappers cannot flow to save their lives. Like, well, I guess they could actually, man. They probably made a lot of money off of the trash ass raps that they put out.
Yeah.
But
That's what's up, Nico. That's what's up. Hey, look, nothing to do with nothing to do with MMA, combat sports, none of that kind of stuff. But where did that go? Hold on, I got a quick meme just for you, man, just to show you what kind of night it's gonna be, man. I'm coming for you tonight, Nico.
uh,
So I got this for you, bro. Have you seen that before?
no,
LeBron's favorite play, the pick and roll. I don't even know why I thought that was funny, but I figured I'd let you know, bro. There you go. You got to support your guy, man.
the goat.
But
If you do it, I do it.
I feel you, man. All right, so let's get into it, man. UFC 266 the other night. Fucking great event, man. I loved it.
Yeah, man.
Top to bottom, I thought it was good stuff. I told you, Nico, when we picked these fights. Actually, hold on. We'll start with Hooker on the undercard. He was on the main event of the undercard, and bro, Dan Hooker looked like $1 million, man. He did.
Absolutely.
He looked fucking great.
He tore it up.
Uh, what's that?
I said he tore it up.
Yep. And they kind of alluded it a little bit to it on the broadcast, but I'm gonna say what I wanted to say. All right, so he beat Nasrat Hacks Parast, whatever. He totally came into that fight different than he came into the Michael Chandler fight. In the Michael Chandler fight, bro, Dan Hooker didn't barely take any steps forward at all. He basically just let Michael Chandler bum rush him, and he just backed up to the cage and just started taking shots.
That's a fact.
He's got to be more. He's got to be more aggressive, and he showed the other night when he's aggressive, he's a dangerous dude, man. Like I don't think there's a lot of people in that division that can bang with him if he starts actually swinging. I don't know. I know that I heard like a lot of different stuff about the Michael Chandler fight. I heard that all the travel and everything and all the visa issues. Dan Hooker wasn't sleeping. I know that fight took place in the Middle East. It was all kind of screwed up for him. Whatever. But the Dan Hooker that came in the other night would have had a whole lot better fight against Michael Chandler, and that would have been a banger. if that guy would have showed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
But he went
he
through
looked
bullshit to get to
awesome.
this fight as well, though.
What's that?
He went through bullshit to get to this fight as well, though.
I know, man. I know. He keeps going through bullshit. That's why did you see that Israel Adesanya said he's moving to America full
Yeah, I
time
saw
because of
that.
that?
I saw that.
Yeah, so I mean
He fuck around and move to New York and open his gym. I might go back, baby.
yeah. You're gonna go hold mitts for Israel?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to go learn.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Hey, you might just need to go there and coach though, bro. Um but yeah, man, I was very impressed with him in that fight. And then that actually wasn't the main event of the prelims. I was wrong. The main event of the prelims was Marab Devashili versus Marlon Moraes.
All
Now,
day.
Nico, in all honesty,
What?
did you not think that they should have stopped the fight for Marab when he was getting blasted all those times at right at the
I
beginning?
literally said out loud, "You gotta stop that."
Yeah, right. And I think Keith Peterson gifted him. I mean, not Donald, Dominic Cruz could take two shots, and Keith Peterson's running in there. What's up?
That's facts.
And stopping this fight, like, oh my God, Dominic Cruz is gonna die. And
Yep.
so this dude, he got blasted. Marlon Moraes. If I was Marlon Moraes, I would have been pissed they didn't stop the fight.
Yep.
Anyway, they didn't stop the fight. They kept it going. And then this dude comes back and he starts whipping Marlon Moraes' ass. I think, in my opinion, Marlon Moraes, he blew himself out, man. His arms were done,
Yep.
and I think that's why he ended up losing this fight, which is unfortunate because, like I said, they should have stopped it. So then Marlon Moraes took a ton of punishment, and this dude lands over 100 punches in a row unanswered, and Keith Peterson doesn't stop the fight. See, that's the thing, man. Apparently, when he's drunk and smoking cigarettes, he's stopping fights quick, but when he's sober, like the other night, he's letting that shit go to the death. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't really have any other theories, man. I mean, what did you think? You think they should have stopped this fight?
Shelly is a tough son of a bitch, man. He
Who
definitely
is?
tough. Dev Shelley.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
He's super tough, man. And then he dragged Moraes down and he did what he had to do, man.
yep,
Secured that position and lit his ass up.
yeah. Wild fight, bro. Very wild. I mean, I
That
loved
was,
it.
that was definitely fight of the night for a second.
Yeah,
They
yep.
held that
For a
position
second.
down for a minute there. Held it down
Yeah, for a little while.
for a little
For a
while.
little.
For a little while.
Yeah,
Two fights could contest it after that.
yeah. Here's your boy, man. He was sober as hell the other night, and
Put on some weight. Looking sober, clear eyed.
look at him, man.
No nonsense.
No nonsense. That should be his name. No nonsense, Keith Peterson.
No nonsense. Keith Peterson. Look at that lineup. Fresh. Murdered
Yep.
out. All black. Everything.
Yep. Bro, you remember the other night I said that I felt like Dominic Cruz should be there to give him a breathalyzer before the fight. But, they didn't want to go with my ideas, man. The UFC, they never want to take my
Yeah,
opinion.
they don't want to listen yet, man.
No. One of these days though. Either one of these days they're going to start listening to me or they're going to ban me from the press conferences like they did
Around.
um yeah, Ariel Hawani. Yep. But so two excellent fights leading into the main card. The main card starts. Nico, I told you, man. I said my exact quote was, Nico, you're going to lose this fight because you're not betting on Cynthia Cavillo. You're betting against me. And you
It
said,
gotta
well, I got to play devil's advocate on this one.
And sometimes it gotta be like that.
Bro, she got her ass blasted, man. She got beat down.
Hey. Nah, she didn't. Nah, she
She
didn't.
didn't?
Nah.
What'd she get?
She was working her jab, bro. Her boxing was
Hmm.
clean, especially for being on her bicycle. She couldn't handle the power. Andrade
Right,
getting some power shit for sure, but Cavillo was still she was landing and she was landing flush. It just didn't have as much pop behind it as Andrade did. So she caught her
right.
short into that stick. But her boxing is still very clean, man. She's tough. She's pretty fucking durable. So I mean, I think that she's still gonna do very well. I don't think that that's the worst loss that she'll take.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. During that fight, do you think she should have worked a little harder to try to get the fight to go to the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
But I
wondering,
mean,
man.
it's also like, when Jessica blasts somebody like that because she knows her power, she's
Hmm.
expecting you to shoot at that point in time. And
Right.
it's kinda hard to shoot when you're moving backwards. Because now, the
Yeah.
second that I see you advance, I'm ready to sprawl because you're spending the whole entire time that you're boxing me on your bicycle anyway. It's not
Right.
too much for me to think about. It's never like you're standing in the pocket and like trying to defend yourself and counter and trade. She spent the majority of the time going backwards and circling off to her right, Jessica's left. So it was just, it would have been easy to tell when she wanted to mix in the wrestling.
Yeah. I
She
got
didn't
you.
give any other reads.
Yeah. I mean, and it's tough too because Jessica is pretty good with jujitsu too. That's the other part of that equation. So
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know. She was just outmatched really. As far as just really all around explosiveness,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but yeah. So the next fight, now Nico on the air, you know that you picked Biggie Boy.
Did I pick Biggie Boy?
Yes, but you
Are you
switched it
sure?
before the. Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah, but because
I
me and you
thought
were arguing.
I was going Blades and you said, yeah, me too.
You sure?
I'm almost positive.
Okay. I mean, I know you changed it before the fight, so that's.
I don't know. We
No,
might
I
have
mean,
to.
well, maybe not change it, but I know that you said Blades before the fight. Let's put it that way.
Nah, I think what happened was during on the air, I definitely did say Blades, and you did as well. And somebody in the comments said Biggie Boy.
Maybe, maybe. No, it's definitely
Don't
possible. I
maybe
can't
me,
remember.
bro. No, don't maybe me. Don't sully my name.
Maybe Nico. Maybe. I really thought you picked Biggie Boy, but you might have been. I don't even know, man. You might have been on Blades. I can't remember, bro. Honestly.
I,
Um.
I, I'm
No,
gonna,
for real. You might have agreed with me.
I'm gonna find it. Nah, you agree with me.
No, I definitely said it first.
All right, we'll see.
Um. We'll see, Nico. But
I love moments like this.
well, no, because I remember I said his kickboxing is you definitely did pick Blades actually, because I was like Blades kickboxing is crisp, and you're like, yeah, it definitely is, and he'll mix in the wrestling, which he did do a good job of. He got fucking kneed in the eye, bro. That shit was so ugly. Did you see his
Oh
eye
yeah, man,
afterwards?
I loved it up. I loved it up.
God, that was nasty, man. Blades, man, he's got to fucking oh god, he's got to get better defense. He's got to. Um, that eye
Do
looks
you think I changed? I do think that on air I may have rolled with more rice when we spoke about it, and then
not well. We
and then
kind of talked, and I don't know, maybe it's possible. I can't remember what you said on the air about that fight, but I do remember going with the other dude because he was undefeated, and I'd seen him fight one time.
mhm.
But I don't even know, man. I'm not sure who you picked, but I know I saw your picks before the fight, and you definitely went with Marab too. So, um, but Jesus, Nico, I'm gonna throw this up there just for you, bro. Um, Going back to the Blades fight, look at that damn eye, bro. He looks like he just said, "Cut me, Mick."
Cut me, man.
He would have had to, man. God, that's an ugly ass eye, man.
Yeah, man, it is.
So bad, man. But anyway, that was the second fight of the main card. The third fight of the main card, uh, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. I don't even know what I was expecting going to that fight. So I'm going to say I definitely didn't expect what happened, but I really don't know what exactly I was expecting. But that was a good ass fight, man. It was exciting. It was just something for everybody, man. There was drama. We could tell that Nick Diaz wasn't in great shape, which is just not Nick Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
He's normally in fantastic shape.
Yep.
So I think that we both know that there was definitely something going on in training camp. And you and I said the same thing. And I've only seen very few media members or fighters saying that they think something happened to Nick's knee, but something definitely happened to Nick's knee. Um, it just buckled. Now, could it have been a freak accident and he didn't get injured? Absolutely. But I think that there was probably a knee injury in training, like we talked about, and that's why he came in overweight, had a hard time cutting those last pounds. Um, but man, what a fight, bro! That thing was like I don't even know. It was crazy, man. It was pretty wild. What'd you think of that fight?
I think that this was the first fight to compete with Shelley for fight of the night.
Yeah,
Still
definitely.
not fight of the night, but first fight to compete with it for fight of the night for sure. They got in there, they got after it. Nick opened up with a jump spin hook kick. Robbie pulls just out of the way of it. I know people are like, "Oh, he missed by a mile." No, he fucking didn't. I did a breakdown for my homies in the group chat. I think I sent you the same one as well. Robbie pulled like clean pull away from it, and then from there they mixed it up like the whole entire time. Um,
Yep.
Nick kind of took the role of playing the back seat and getting on his bicycle, circling out, taking an assessment of what Robbie could throw. Robbie caught Nick clean, and Nick knew that he could handle a shot. And from there, he started to open up and rip at Robbie's body. Um, man, I think by the end of the third round, when Robbie closed Nick out, I think they said that Nick had thrown over 300 punches.
Yep.
He was getting after it. So for
Oh yeah.
everybody who's like talking shit about him, no, he still has some juice in the tank. For the title, nah, not for the title. I don't know what he was talking about when he said that he would fight Usman. No, but he's still got some juice left, and they can still find some fights for him that will be interesting, and he can still put on a good show if that's where his heart is. But the hard thing to tell is where his heart actually is, man, because he's coming off like borderline depressed at times when I hear him speak.
Oh, I didn't even mean to put that up there, man. My bad.
Ooh-wee.
But yeah, no, you're right, man. He definitely is having some emotional, mental stuff going on. Totally agree with you. I don't know. Like you said, we don't know where his heart is, man. But it it was a good performance, but it didn't even seem like his heart was into it, which is crazy because it was a good performance. Now, if this dude was in a better place, we might have seen an even better performance. But let me ask you this, Nico, because I've heard a lot of theories, man. I want your take on it. Why did he say at the end he had it coming?
Um, um, Maybe because he didn't respect the game the way that it needed to be respected, such as being active. So to come in after doing doing your main bitch dirty for 6 years,
Yep.
that's what you got coming to you. You know.
That's what I thought too. Just I thought that he was saying basically I came in here, haven't been active in so long, and I had an ass whipping coming. You know, um, I'll tell you, Nico. I think the next fight for him, if he really does want to keep fighting and he wants a relevant fight, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight. What is that guy's name? The dude at welterweight. He fought Chiesa and lost in the main event in England, I think it was. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, I can't even think of his name. I
Magny,
Who's that?
Magny.
Yeah, Neil Magny. I would love to see Nick versus Neil Magny because the thing is that Neil Magny is not going to finish him in any facet of the game. Number one, and number two, I think neither of them get tired. So it would basically be almost like Rock'em Sock'em
I like
Robots
him
for
versus
3 rounds.
Chiesa. I like him versus Chiesa.
Not a bad call either. You're right.
His jujitsu is fine.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah. Yep. Um. And yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk about Aljo, but we'll finish this card up first of all. Um, but yeah, I think that that's what Nick was saying is basically I took too much time off and I just had this ass whipping coming, whether it was Robbie or the next guy I fought, whatever. What was confusing me is like I don't even know how this fight got made. I don't know even who put this fight together. Remember he was saying some stuff like that. That was
yeah.
kind of strange to me. I don't know. But I do know that Bullet Valentina came out there and performed like she was a minus 1,500 favorite. She's
I
ridiculous.
called that fight to the fucking T right there.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
She's gonna do the
She.
John Jones.
Yep.
She pulled that whole
Speaking of
John Jones shit.
speaking of John Jones, can I show you the meme real quick of John Jones?
Please.
Boom. He's catching up to himself.
No, I saw one of two dudes in the orange jumpsuits behind bars facing the television, and they had the fights on. It was like how John Jones is watching the fights tonight. That shit was hilarious, bro.
That's
That was
horrible, man.
so weak.
Hey, Brandon Carl said Jameson on Deckington. Deckington, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man. That
BC in the place to be. What's up, bro? Hey, you missed my meme earlier. I put up just for Nico, man. I'll throw it back up there for you though. Where is it at? Let's see. Give me 1 second, bro. I'm gonna show you this meme. This Nico loved this meme, by the way. He even impersonated it. There it is, man. LeBron's favorite play, the pick and roll. You know that's Nico's guy. But there he is.
till I
There he
die,
is.
baby. I don't give a shit.
So there there's not a lot to talk about the Valentina fight, but there's a lot to talk about. Number one, Lauren Murphy was there for like a participation trophy. She was not there to win that fight. At no time at all did she attempt anything wild. If you're fighting the champion and that champion is 10 times he said LML the headband, yeah. LeBron's always rocking the headband. Look, if you are fighting a champion and you know that that champion is a dominant champion, you need to make something happen. And Nico, I hate the fucking fight, but I got to bring it up. Uh, Matt Serra threw a fucking haymaker and luckily landed it. And in the second fight, you know what? He was trying to throw up submissions. He got his ass kicked. He knew he was going to get his ass kicked, but at least he was trying to do something.
I can't stand you.
No, Nico, I'm being serious, man. I fucking hate that fight, but I'm just saying that's the kind of thing that you have to do when you fight the most dominant fighter in the game, like Matt Serra was doing, um, like Lauren Murphy was doing the other night, man. I mean, you got to do something. You can't just wait for something to happen. And then her corner is telling her she's doing great and all this other stuff. And I don't give a fuck what she said after the fight. Oh, I like my corner. No, bro, if you're fighting the champion and your corner man is not in your face when you're doing absolutely nothing and saying this fight right here could change your life. This fight can make you a millionaire. This fight is the most important moment of your life. Not, oh, well, you're doing good. You're doing real good out there. You know, you're doing real well. No, shut the fuck up. If you're a corner man, be a corner man. You know what I mean? Like I said, Teddy Atlas is like one of my idols. Do you think Teddy Atlas would have been telling her she was doing well? Hell no. He'd have been like, get out there and fight. Are you gonna fight? Or are you just gonna go home? You know, that's what he would be saying.
Yeah,
But you remember the firefighter? We're firefighters with Timothy Bradley. You know what I'm talking about?
yep.
Yeah, man. That's the kind of shit that motivates you. Not, oh well, you're doing good. No, hell no. I'd be like, you just trying to throw this shit away? This is the only title fight you're ever gonna get in your life. You're not that good of a fighter. You're not gonna get back here. win the fucking fight. Go for it. Do something. Make something happen. Like that's the kind of shit that her corner needed to tell her. I don't care if it's true that she'll never get a title shot or if it's not. You gotta sit there and make something happen. And she just did. Yeah, Brandon said swim without getting wet. That's pretty much what she did, man. She was trying to, like, bro, fucking do something. You know, Nico, man. You remember what is that movie called? You remember The Players Club?
Of course, that's a classic.
So
How many times I cracked sticks at a Players Club?
I hear you, man. So look, you remember the two girls getting a fight, and the one comes out all fucked up, and he's like, "Did you at least scratch the bitch?" Bro, that's how I feel about Lauren Murphy. Because Valentina looked like exactly the way she did when she walked to the ring. She didn't even look like she was sweating. Yeah, for real. R.I.P. AJ. Hey, look, what pep talk would I give Aljo? I'd say, Aljo, sign the fucking contract. We know you're gonna lose the title, but sign the contract anyway and go out there and fight. Lose it like a man. Don't get stripped. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, R.I.P. AJ. That's what he was saying about the Players Club. But yeah, that's what I would have asked Lauren Murray. Did you at least scratch the bitch? Come on, do something, man, for real.
AJ got his ass whooped.
Oh, AJ did?
He's talking about Usyk.
No, I think he's talking about AJ Johnson, the actor that was in the Players Club, and he was Azel.
Okay.
Yeah. Nico, I'll tell you, man, and I don't like to talk about this very much, but when I was in 10th grade, I had to wrestle Ryan Maurer, who was #1 in the county, and he was ranked #1 in the state at that point, and that dude is the best wrestler I've ever been on the mat with. Okay? And bro, I had no business being I had business being on the mat with him, whatever. It was a tournament final. They had seeded me #3. I beat the #2 guy in the semifinals. I went to the finals. And bro, man, like I could just tell from my teammates that they just thought I was going to get killed. And I mean, this dude was strong as a fucking grown man, and I was in 10th grade. I was not strong as a grown man, and I did get killed. But Nico, if you ever watch the video, I was on the second period. I started on top. He chose bottom, whatever. I hit this motherfucker with a crossface as hard as I could and tried to cradle him. Yeah, I lost the match, bro. And pretty handily I lost the match. I didn't get pinned. He couldn't pin me, but he I think I got teched in the third period. But bro, I was fucking throwing everything I had, going for something. You got to make something happen. Everybody else in the tournament, they didn't make it out of the first fucking period with him because they just were like just walking out there and knowing they were going to be there and in there, and that's it. Me, I was going from all angles trying to fucking take this dude down and just like, you're never gonna what is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's true. You're never gonna upset the champion. Yeah. Hey, you're never gonna upset the champion if you don't try to shock them. You got to do something that they've never seen before. Yeah. I don't know. Lauren Murphy, go out there and fucking drop kick her in the leg and see what happens.
Drop kick her.
What the fuck? I mean, hey, Nico, got to do something. Yeah.
And that's completely legal. Just ask Khalil Roundtree.
There you go. Exactly. You might end Valentina's career and be like the most hated person in the history of MMA.
World.
Yeah, but hey, you might end up having a shot at winning. Anyway, so Valentina has no competition at her weight class right now. She has none. And like you said, if Rose went up a weight class, maybe she could fight her. That's not going to happen. But Did you see Valentina's interview today with Ariel Hawani?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
She wants that Amanda fight, the third one.
Yeah.
And you and I both know that that second fight was so close. It was razor thin.
Her
Was it
nose rose.
wasn't it a split decision? I think it was a split, right?
I think it
Her and
was.
Amanda.
Yeah.
And she told Amanda they gifted you that second fight, and that's why you don't want to fight me a third time.
Yeah.
Bro. Okay. You remember last time we talked about it, Nico, and I said Valentina is the female goat, and you said, nah, it's Amanda because she beat Valentina twice.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Nico Getling, I just thought of something. Okay, so I'm going to compare it to something else. The other day, we were discussing hip hop, and you said skill wise that Jada is better, but 50 sold more records. I feel like this is kind of the same thing. Yeah, Amanda beat her by split decision. And yeah, Amanda's like more famous, but skill wise, I think Valentina eats her lunch any day of the week, bro. I think skill wise, Valentina. What's that?
Skill. I said skill
Yeah.
versus skill.
Yep.
I'll agree with that.
I think, yeah,
Be
I
a
think
better fighter. You could look, yo. You could be a better fighter. It's still just
we're going to talk about that later on.
avoid.
I actually want to talk about that later on. It's funny you say that. Um, but yeah, exactly. And I think if they do have a third fight and Valentina wins, you got to give her that top spot, bro.
That's what I meant to say. You could be a better technician, but somebody could be a better fighter.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep. Or sometimes a better fighter loses to somebody who's not as good of a fighter as them, just basically because styles make fights. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, put respect on Nuna's name. she she'd have Valentina looking like no hell nah she wouldn't. Bro, they fought twice.
That's crazy.
They fought
Whoa,
twice.
whoa, whoa! That's not true. They've already done it twice. You wouldn't be looking like Stipe. That's not facts.
Hell nah.
That's definitely
Look,
not facts, especially with the weight cut. No way. Maybe at 145.
right. I agree with that. She would have a tougher time. But look, Valentina and Amanda, those fights were so long ago. I want to see him. I want to see the third one, man. I mean, Nico, that was 4 years ago exactly.
Yo,
And in the last 4 years, you can't tell me. Okay, in the last 4 years, I think Valentina is the most improved fighter in the entire company. That's a fact, in
that's
my
hard to
opinion.
tell.
What's that?
Hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Why?
because she's always dominating.
She's always been dominated, but Nico, look at the difference now. She never used to finish opponents. Now she is.
What I could only do this from a like number standpoint.
Mhm.
Like, what's the numbers of significant strikes being landed today versus 4 years ago versus 5 years ago? Like,
I don't know.
what's the count by the end of the fifth?
We'll have to look that up. We'll look into that.
That's the type of shit that would make me be like, all right, she's definitely improving. You could go back and look at Max Holloway's fight and then look at him versus Calvin Cater and go, oh, that motherfucker's output is going through the roof these days. You know, so like that's the type of shit I look for personally.
Right, right. Um, it would be harder for Valentina because I guarantee you her output is more right now because back then she was fighting at 135.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she lost that 10 pounds. She's thinner. She's quicker. I think that her output now is probably a lot heavier. But, bro, she has finished 5 of her last 7 fights. Um, let's see. 7 of her last 10 fights, she's finished. Like, she's on a roll where she's just knocking these people out, bro. Um, like when she was at 135, her first 3 fights in the UFC, she lost to Amanda Nunes in the second one, but she like won by decision quite a bit at 135. At 125, she is like laying people down, man. Um, But like I said, I really do hope that we get to see that Valentina versus Amanda Nunes fight. Unfortunately, in my opinion, Nico, and you can go ahead and write this down, take a picture, whatever you got to do, bro. Valentina will finish Amanda, and people will say that it's because Amanda's getting older. It's gonna happen. You'll see, man.
She will not
You,
finish her.
she's gonna finish her, bro.
She
And I
will
can even,
not finish her.
she will, bro. Amanda's been finished, knocked out before. You do know that, right?
It's not gonna be doing by Valentina, even if it's happened in the past. I don't care.
It's good. Come on, man. She got knocked out by fucking Kat Zingano
When
when, like, a couple fights before she won the title. So did her jaw miraculously like become better? Hell no. She just hasn't had that kind of pressure put on her, man. You'll see. Nick, like I said, you might not believe me, but write it down. Valentina's going to finish her. And it's going to be her own undoing. And then they're going to say, well, Amanda's old now. But when they fought and Amanda was in her prime, she beat her. It's going to be a whole bunch of excuses. But here's the thing. Valentina's been calling for the third fight for like 3 or 4 years now. Um, So, it's basically up to Amanda to accept the challenge. And like I said, Valentina finishes her next time, Nico. So, the main event. Write it down, Brandon Carl. Write it down, bro. It's gonna happen. Um, yeah, so anyway, Nico, the main event, talk to me about it, man. What'd you think of the main event? Brian Ortega versus Volkanovski.
now this was fight of the night.
This was definitely fight of the night,
It was the fight of the fucking night.
for
Um,
sure.
Alexander Volkanovski has gained so much respect from everybody in the MMA community after a performance like that, after seeing adversity and coming through on the other side. Um,
Nico, who's Keith Reggie?
fucking,
One of my aliases.
I don't know.
All
I,
right.
I guess that's you. But
I'm gonna be that.
man, he faced adversity. He was in the worst positions possible that could be offered up by Ortega and withstood them. Third round will probably go down as one of the greatest rounds in UFC history. It will be in the top 10 anytime they put together greatest rounds of UFC.
Yep.
There was controversy. There was the great back and forth between two warriors. All in all, it was a fantastic fight that will go down in the history books for sure.
There was definitely some fuckery going on with the doctor
Did
and
you
all
go
that
back
kind
and
of stuff.
watch that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I heard it when it happened because he said, "How many fingers am I holding up?" And the doctor says two, and then he says two because Herb Dean was holding. He said one, and the doctor said two, and he says two. Like,
Yep.
really, the doctor's answering for you? And like you said,
Yep.
he had a hold of his wrist at one point, and he was definitely giving him the squeeze.
Yep.
Let's see. Nah, Nico didn't watch the movie. It's all good. Let it rest in peace. Oh, was
I,
it the movie that he sent us yesterday?
yeah, the movie. I didn't watch it yet. I
I didn't
watched
get to watch it either. I was
watched the
sleeping.
first 6 minutes of it, and I'm
Mhm.
definitely watching the rest of it. It was fucking comical.
That's what's up.
Don't be mad at me, my boy. I will watch it. I will. I promise you.
That's what's up, bro. So yeah, there was definitely some wild stuff going on with that doctor. I don't know what his involvement in it was. Maybe he just thought the fight was so good he wanted it to keep going. Um, but
No, Dana probably told him.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. So,
Nah, cause I seen Dana talking about like it should have been called.
yeah. So, a couple things here. I couldn't believe, Nico, how long he had him in that guillotine, and that shit was tight. And
So
Volkanovski didn't go to sleep or tap.
full mount, double lace legs,
That
hip
was
guard.
fucking insane.
Yeah, man.
You could see his. Remember? Did you see his legs? They were like this.
Yep.
He just kept kicking his legs like
Like,
that. Like
yep.
I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker's not human, bro.
Oh man, I was literally standing on my couch, like yelling, "This is your champion!"
Yeah.
Like I was going berserk, man. Like what a brass set of balls that man has.
Let me ask you this: did your heart skip a beat, bro, when he got him in that guillotine? You were
Yeah,
like, fuck.
the guillotine, and then right after the guillotine,
Yep.
when he went to
The
shrimp, I
triangle.
thought that he was no, not that. I thought he was gonna over shrimp and he was gonna give up his back. I'm yelling, "Don't give your
Yep.
back up." He retains the guard, like, he, bro, man, just step by step. Volkanovski did everything fucking right, and he showcased why he is the champion, man.
He
Honestly,
did.
like, I'm all team Maxi baby, and when Max comes back and he fights Volk again, I'm gonna be riding the Max wave all the way through the fight again. But Volkanovski is a fucking dog, man. And then
He
the
is.
triangle choke was so fucking tight, and
It
he
was.
gets out of that as well, man. Like, I got gets out of the heel hook attempt. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
And this is high level jits that's being thrown at him, and
The
they're
highest.
deep positions that he's being put in, man. And they're
Yep.
refined and they're so polished. And hey, man, yo, shouts out to Brian Ortega too for coming out there and damn near winning the fucking fifth round as well, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he's a dog,
Hey,
man. He's a
the
dog.
craziest part too.
What'd you say?
The craziest part of the third round is that he dropped Volkanovski.
Yup.
Dropped him and then jumped on him. I was like, oh my god, I can't even believe this. Like
Yup.
that. Oh my gosh. The fact that one of the judges scored that a 10-8 round for Volkanovski is fucking stupid. Just gonna throw that out there. One of the judges gave him a 10-8 on that
For what?
for the third round. It shouldn't have been.
Yo, the damage that he did in that third though, man. That
What
was
at the end of the round, right?
Yeah, that was tight crazy, man.
It was, but man, you can't get knocked down and almost submitted and then get a 10-8 round. That was just fishy to me, man.
I feel what you're saying, but
Yeah,
also his cornerman came out there and helped him off the mat.
they did. That was pretty crazy, man.
That's I might not let you come out solely based off that. Like, you're knocked out to me. Like, you're done.
Yeah,
You're dead.
yeah. And these guys, like, they're scared to throw in the towel. Um, yeah, Brian Ortega looked phenomenal in the fight, but how many years did he lose off of his life taking that ass whooping in what was it, the fourth round when he was getting really fucked up? Is that what it was? The fourth round, he took a lot of damage. Um, but now people are saying that this was the best. What is it? Bantamweight? No, not bantamweight. Featherweight? No, not featherweight. Yeah, featherweight. Is that what that's the title is on the line, right? Let's see. Bantamweight, 145. No, I think that's Aljo. Hold on. Featherweight. Yeah, there you go. So people are saying this is the best featherweight title fight ever. And Nico, I think that the reason that people are saying that is because it's like that recency bias, because it's like the most recent one. But honestly, and I watched it like last week, I think the Max and Brian fight was even better than this, man. Honestly, that fight was so fucking exciting. This fight was good, but I don't know, man. I like that fight better. I think that if we could see Max, Brian, Volkanovski, Yair Rodriguez, and the Korean Zombie all fight each other every month, like one of the one of the pairs just fight each other every month, I think it would be insane, man, because they would be the greatest fights ever.
MMA feuds.
What's that?
You want to start MMA feuds?
Fuck yeah, you could throw Calvin Cater in there too.
Rivalries.
So you got 6 fights, 6 fighters, bro.
Just
The
off rip, we're doing best out of 5.
Yeah, there you go, man, bro. And if and this is a big if because I think that Max could beat him. Um, if Max doesn't win this fight, they're running out of contenders. You know,
Hmm.
that's so then they'll have to create contenders. Like we've talked about in the past. Um, but man, it was an amazing fight. I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Um, but I don't know where you go from here with the title unless you do give Max the next fight. But is he signed up to fight Yair, or did he pull out of that fight?
I thought that Holloway and Yair was supposed to go down.
Is what?
It's supposed to happen.
Okay, got you. I didn't know if maybe one of them pulled out of that fight. That's why I was asking about that. But oh yeah, okay, it's fight night, November 13th.
Hmm.
Um, bro, that's gonna be a good fight. I think Max. Well, when we get there, I'll talk about it. But I think Max will finish him. Honestly, I think that Yair won't be able to handle the constant pressure that Max is gonna put on him. But that's just my opinion, and like I said, we can talk about that coming up. But let me ask you this, man. John Jones, domestic violence. What the fuck is this kid doing, man?
I don't have a clue, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
At about, let's see, it's about like 3 or 4 in the morning. It was either yesterday or the day before. My days kind of ran together. I watched the Israel Adesanya video where he's watching the Volkanovski fight. Have you seen that?
Um,
It's on YouTube. It's like an 11-minute thing, and they show him watching the Dan Hooker fight, the
I
Nick
did.
Diaz
I
fight.
did see that. I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was sitting there thinking, this is what John Jones could have been. This is who John Jones could have been and should have been.
Yep.
And instead he fucked his life up and pissed everything away time and time again. Adesanya, I've grown to love the guy. I think he's awesome. As far as skill goes, you cannot watch him fight and be like, "Oh, that guy sucks. He's an idiot. He's a loser." Fuck no, man. That dude is amazing. And as far as his personality goes, that's what I mean. As far as John Jones could have been this guy, he's outgoing. He like interacts with the fans. He's entertaining, and he just seems like he's an all around good guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't, you're not going to see him getting arrested, and it's sad, man. John Jones, yeah, people think he's either him or Khabib are the goat, but like it's always going to be remembered that this dude was just a fuck up outside of the cage.
No,
You know?
he's a total asshole outside of the cage.
Yeah.
I saw that he had put up something that like he's not gonna drink alcohol anymore. Yeah. Those demons will just find a way to surface somewhere else, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't believe that alcohol is the only reason he's doing what he's doing, and being that there were really no charges pressed makes me feel like it's probably a common occurrence in the household.
Yep.
Um, shitty,
I agree, man.
shitty.
I think all right, Brandon said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Exactly, Brandon.
And he said, "Hey junkie, you still there?" um I don't know, man. I really, at this point, Nico, with all this going down and me like seeing everything, I think the best thing for the sport would be for him to fight Stipe and Stipe knock him the fuck out. I really do think that would be the best possible thing for the UFC. Stipe is already heralded as the best heavyweight of all time, but before he finishes, if he could knock out John Jones, that'd be fucking phenomenal, man. That'd be great. Sorry, I feel like I'm cursing a lot tonight, but whatever. Um, how how
How
how?
we edit it these days?
Yeah, I know, right? They
But
got the
or
beep.
something.
Yep, something. We need Brandon Carl as our producer and just beeping me out when I start talking. Hey, but
That
how
sounds
how
about
awesome would
right.
how awesome would that be though if he knocked out John Jones?
That would be absolutely fantastic. It would flip the world upside down, but it probably won't happen.
I don't know if John Jones is going to fight again, man, honestly. And I think that the UFC, because you see that, I don't know, you see that the governing bodies, as not the governing bodies, but like the athletic commissions and stuff, they don't do anything to these guys when they get arrested. They're upset that fucking Greg Hardy takes a puff off of his inhaler and he's gonna do all this other stuff and blah blah blah, and John Jones is beating his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they're not going to suspend him. I think that the UFC this time should fine him and suspend him.
Yeah.
Give him a 6 month suspension and say, and we're going to slap you on the wrist with $100,000 fine.
Who gives a fuck if it's a 6 month suspension? He's not fighting right now.
Yeah, but he's planning on it, man. But it's just the
Even if
it.
he's planning on it, when is he planning on it? He's planning on it when he's 270 pounds. That could be another 6 months anyway. So like,
It could be, but Nico, you got to set a precedent, man. You know what I mean? Because if this right here was, let's say,
no man, like did Ric Flair get fined after the plane ride from hell, man? Some people
no,
are
but don't let's not talk about that. But okay.
some people are untouchable, baby.
Hey,
Why,
look,
Will? Why? Why can't I do that?
no, because that's a completely different thing. That's because this is a legit contested sport. But okay, if Sean O'Malley,
What makes it a legit contested sport? They're getting money for it, and there's eyes on them. Okay, it's the same exact shit. What are we doing here? Let's go,
yes, he
Brandon.
did.
That's my guy.
Hey, he could do the helicopter, bro. Hey, no, but this is what I'm saying, Nico. If Sean
I'm looking
O'Malley,
at it right now.
oh Jesus, Nico, if Sean O'Malley beat up his girlfriend and got arrested, I guarantee you he'd be in trouble with the company. But
What?
because yes, he would. But because it's John Jones, he can get away with this shit, man. They've let him get away with it too many times.
I don't know, man.
I saw on MMA Junkie, they're like, oh, they should cut him, fire him. Hell no, they shouldn't. What are you trying to do? Give Bellator, one of the biggest names in the sport? No. You mess with his money and you suspend him, and it sets a precedent for the smaller guys in the company, the guys that aren't like big names. That's what they got to do, man. They got to do something.
Nah, man. I feel like Dana's so much harder on John than he is on like the likes of Connor. Like
Well, that's because
Connor's
it's
always
Connor.
in the tabloids, like doing some dumb shit or punching old people or
Yep.
having whatever fucking spats that he's having, and Dana's like, oh, it is what it is. That's Connor. Connor's a wild guy, huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, look at
Hey,
Connor's crazy.
you see,
That's the McGregor we know and love. But with John, it's like, oh man, look at the demons this fucking guy has.
he's a piece of shit.
Too much for this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, you see that? O'Malley and his girlfriend are definitely the same weight. She may outweigh him a little bit. He's only 135. Yeah, 135. Um, so moving on from John Jones, we're going to talk about one of your favorite subjects, Aljamain Sterling not defending the title. He pulled out of the fight. He said that because he got that vertebrae surgery, that now he is constantly fatigued when he's trying to train and he's not able to fight. He said, I'm not injured. I'm just very tired, and it's because I got surgery and I didn't wait long enough afterwards, like the doctors told me to. I don't know if he's being legit, and I don't care if he's being legit. I think that we all know that this motherfucker does not want to fight Peter Yan. And now they signed today Piotr Yan versus Corey Sandhagen for the title because TJ is injured or rehabbing something, whatever. So he's coming off of a loss and getting a title shot, which is fine. Um, we've seen that a couple other times. But I don't know, man. He's just not the one that I would give the title shot to. And maybe Rob Font is busy right now. I'm not sure, but um, if anybody has the style to beat Jan, it is Corey Sandhagen, only because he's very unpredictable. I mean, you've seen it. He could just jump up and hit a flying knee out of nowhere.
Mhm.
But we've also seen that his submission defense isn't the greatest either. So I don't know. I'm up in the air about that fight. But I do know that Aljo's never going to defend the title. Never. The only way Aljo defends the title is if Sandhagen beats Jan, because he's already beaten Sandhagen in 30 seconds. That's
Yeah.
the only way he's defending the title. If Jan wins, you're not going to see Aljo fight again. I don't believe. Not in the UFC, at least.
Aljo don't want that smoke with Jan, man. He's doing anything and everything to avoid confrontation with that man. He just want to run his mouth.
Yep.
He don't
Nico, are
want
you?
this.
Let me ask you this, since we're on the subject. Are you ready to see the new usual suspects list?
Come on, man. Yes.
I know that you told me two people that belonged on there, and they're the only two on there tonight. But here you go, bro.
You fucking cunts.
Hey man, they're both crying. They're not happy that they're on the list, bro.
What a bunch of idiots, man.
Yep.
Just Tweedledee and Tweedledum. We should just go on a good meme spree of just stupidest dynamic duos and put their faces over them. Dumb and Dumber, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, just whoever else we could think of.
I just, this is definitely the most deserving usual suspects I think we've done. These guys just, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Mm-mm-mm. So, yep, they definitely both deserve to be on there. In other news, RDA pulled out of that fight against Muslim. You saw that? Muslim. How do you say his last name again? Let's see. Well, I got the tweet right here. Makachev. Islam Makachev. I said Muslim. Islam Makachev. So let me kill the banner real quick. RDA said that he's injured. Makachev said, I don't believe that you're injured. Again, chicken fever. And RDA said, do you really think I would fake a surgery coming out of another terrible injury? Unlike you, I have a family that depends on me, and I don't have another man paying my bills. Ooh. Maybe he's saying that Khabib pays Islam's bills. I don't know. But yeah. So RDA is out of that fight, unfortunately. But I don't. As opposed to the Aljo thing, I don't think RDA is ducking him. RDA wanted to fight him, called for the fight, but shit happens. And I think that they will end up fighting sooner than later, as uh, as long as Makachev doesn't win the title in the meantime, because that would kind of put a damper on things. Um, and going back, Nico, I totally forgot about this. What did you think of Dan Hooker's call out of Benil Dariush? Did you hear that?
I did hear him call out Dariush, and he said if he ducks him, he's a coward.
Yeah,
Jeez, I like it.
yeah.
Like
That's
it.
a good fight.
You're looking at Dariush for making a run at the title, so yeah, Hooker might as
Yeah,
well try and
yeah,
intercept the momentum that Dariush has going for him. Um, and Hooker looks scary, man.
yeah.
So yeah.
There's another call out.
Does he have a loss to Dariush already? Is that what he's doing it for? Is he avenging a loss, or is that they never fought
I
before?
don't think that they fought before. No, I'm pretty sure they didn't, because he's only fought, I think, 3 or 4 times at lightweight.
Okay.
I think he's just doing it because Darush just doesn't have anything going on right now,
Okay.
and Darush is ranked higher than him. Oh yeah, so he's had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's had 6 fights at lightweight. He's 4-2. It looks like. Oh no, he's had more than that. Never mind. Damn. Hey, did you know that he knocked out Gilbert Burns at UFC 226? I don't even remember that fight. Hmm. Anyway, um, I like the Beneil Darouche fight. I think it would be pretty good, pretty exciting. I don't even think it's that good of a matchup for Dan Hooker, but if you're going to get back up there towards a title shot, you're going to have to do something that other people don't want to do, and not a lot of people are wanting to fight Darouche right now. So another call out though, Nico, is Sean O'Malley calling out Dominic Cruz. Did you see that?
I did see that. And
Yeah,
Dom told him, I'm fighting somebody above me right now. I see what
yeah,
you're trying to do. Yeah.
that's right. So now it came out that Dominic Cruz is probably gonna fight Pedro Munoz. That's the fight that's on the table.
Yeah.
So that could be a good fight. I wouldn't mind that. So besides that, Nico, there is a UFC event this weekend. It is a fight night. The main, let's see. I'm gonna pull up the event. I kind of like this fight night too, man. There's some pretty good fights on here, man. Let's see. So the main event is let's see. Hold on. It's Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. Actually, I'm going to share this, and we can just go down the. We can just throw that up on the screen. Let's see. All right. So we have Santos versus Walker in the main event of the evening. I think that we both agree that Thiago Santos is going to win this fight. You tell me if I'm wrong, but Santos is good, man. He didn't look great in his last fight, but something was going on with his knee. I think when he fought Rakic,
Hmm.
I think that he hits pretty freaking hard, and I think that Walker has shown that his jaw is just not made for this. I mean, he does good, but when he gets in there with somebody who hits hard, it's another story. So, I mean, is
Yeah.
that what you're going with, Thiago Santos?
Johnny Walker being a problem at like 185.
Hmm.
I think Santos is too strong. I think if his wheels are healed up properly, I don't see this fight playing out well for Johnny at all. I think the power
Yeah,
will just be too much. I don't see either man taking the fight to the ground. Um,
right.
so yeah, I gotta roll with Tiago for that.
Let's just talk about something for a minute, Nico. How the fuck are you Brazilian and born in Brazil with the name Johnny Walker?
His father like Black Label.
I mean, for real, that's just, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy, man.
Yeah,
It'd be like an American naming their child Dom Perignon. Like, I
that's
mean,
fine.
that,
I can see that happening.
yeah, that's just kind of wild. But anyway, we'll go down to the co-main event. Kyle DeCause versus Kevin Holland. And let's see, I'm gonna look up Kyle DeCause. Uh, most recent fights. Let's see. Now, Kevin Holland was training for a little while with DC and those guys. I think you said Johnny Hendricks on his wrestling. Um, so Kevin Holland is coming in off of two losses, where basically he just got out wrestled for 5 rounds against Derek Brunson and Marvin Vittori. And the cause is coming in off of a unanimous decision loss to Phil Hawes. He won the fight before that by unanimous decision, and then lost the fight before that to Brandon Allen by unanimous decision. So he's 1-2 in the UFC. Overall, he is 8-2. Oh no, 10-2. Excuse me. Um, he's only got 2 finishes to his credit. They're both submission. Hold on. He's got 8 finishes to his credit, and they're all submissions, no knockouts. Um, I don't think there's a whole lot of guys out there that can submit Kevin Holland. So I'm not too worried about Kevin Holland on the ground. I think that he probably batters Kyle on the feet and wins a 3-round decision. But what are you feeling on that fight?
For Kevin, for sure. I think that this is a fight set up for Kevin to win. Yeah,
Hmm.
he needs that win, that bounce
Yeah.
back, and I think that Dana's looking at him like a money maker. He knows that Kevin knows how to sell a fight. Um,
Yep.
and I mean, he's only lost to really good guys, so
Yep.
I think that he is who we think that he is. I'm sure that he's been working on his wrestling defense and working on getting back to his feet when he is taken down and proper concepts now that he's moved away from whoever his original, well, not even moved away from him, but branched out aside from whoever his original head coach was. Cause I think he said that he was originally practicing like traditional martial arts like kung fu. Like he had an instructor that just like whooped his ass, and he was like, "I'm trying to do this shit," and he got
Yeah.
into the game. But now that
His
he's taken
head Yeah. His head coach for at least the last several fights has been Travis Luter,
Travis,
former UFC middleweight. So I'm
that's
not sure if I think
that's
he's still with him. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
But he definitely got to branch out and get some higher wrestling
Yeah. Definitely.
IQ and some shit like that. So hopefully that's gonna be implemented in this next fight.
Yep. You remember what happened last time he fought a jiu-jitsu guy, right?
Jacare,
Yes.
yeah,
Jacare. That was one of the most insane finishes I've ever seen in my life. That was unheard of what he did to Jacare in that fashion. But I think if he wins here, Nico, you've got to put him against what's his name? Damn man, I'm forgetting everybody's name tonight. You got to put him against. Sorry, man. I've been taking a little bit of medicines for my thing, so I can't even think of his name right now. Darren Till. I think
okay.
that
I would watch Kevin Holland, Darren Till. I like that.
I think that's the fight you got to give him next
That's
because
fire.
yeah, and Till does not wrestle.
Oh, and they will sell the fuck out of that fight. I like that
Right.
a lot, Will.
So yeah, I think if Kevin Holland wins, you'll see him call him out. The guy he does not want to call out, Nico, is fuck man, I can't even think of anybody's name tonight.
Memes would
Um,
be crazy leading into that fight, though.
oh yeah, it would. The guy he does not want to call out is man, the short dude who you always say is suspect, the one that basically knocked out Chris Weidman and then got choked out. You know, man. The fuck is his name, bro? I can't think of any of these people's names tonight.
Mexican dude,
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin Gastelum.
Yeah, Kelvin, exactly. Bro, I'm telling you, I can't think of any of these fighters' names tonight, man. I'm a little bit, whatever. Yes, Kelvin Gastelum. Anyway, you don't want to call him out because he's going to crowd you and he can wrestle. And I think that Kevin Holland still needs some more work before he calls out a wrestler. Just my 2 cents, but that's how it goes. But the fight um before that is Cowboy Alex Oliveira versus Nico Price. I think. Well, I'll let you pick this one, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Oh man, I really like Oliveira. I like his stand up. I share the same name as Nico. Um,
That's how we know he can't fight because his name's Nico.
he's a tough son of a bitch, man. He really is tough. Um, I'm gonna go with Nico on this.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
He's
I'm
coming off
glad you.
a loss too, right?
What's that?
Nico's coming off a loss, right?
A loss, no contest, and a loss.
Okay.
You know. So yeah, it was originally a majority draw against Cerrone, but then it got turned into a no contest because Nico tested positive for carboxy THC. Oh, was that weed?
You
Yeah,
already know.
yeah. He got popped for weed. Come on, man. Um, Whew. Ah, man. I got to go with Nico also, man. Just to be honest with you, um, Oliveira is very, very hit or miss. Some fights he shows up, and some he doesn't. And I think Nico takes a decision here. Mm. That's almost against my better judgment because if Oliveira shows up and
He's
really shows up, he's pretty damn good.
yeah, like Edson
But
Barboza.
yeah, yep, yep. But yeah, I'll go with Nico here also. Um, man, the fight before that, I'm curious about too. Misha Kirkunov versus uh, Christoph Jotko.
Hmm.
Jotko's one of those guys that was supposed to be better than he ended up being.
Yeah.
Um, I've got to go with Misha only because I always do. I'm a fan of his. I know he took an ass whipping in his last fight. I think that was his last fight. Yeah, he got TKO'd by Ryan Spann pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, I gotta go with Misha here, man. Um, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if Misha loses, but I'm gonna take him by a TKO, man. I think Misha could pull this one off, man. What do you think?
Jocko was supposed to be something special. I haven't seen it come to fruition. I'm expecting this to be a stand up battle right here.
Yeah,
Damn, man, that's a tough call. That's a
it
tough
is.
call. I'm gonna go with Jocko.
Okay. I
I'm
like. I'm glad we at least.
talking dirty though, man. This is one of these like I'm gonna just pick against Will things for me.
Yeah.
Cause I like Serkinov a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jocko.
All right. And yeah, we're gonna pick up to there. All right, and then
You
the
already know where I'm going here.
what's that?
You already know where I'm going here.
You're going with Aspen Lad?
Yep.
Yeah. I think Aspen Lad wins by decision,
Mhm.
but Macy's pretty damn tough. I'm just gonna throw that out there. She is pretty tough, man, and she's good. I mean, she's a top notch fighter. I just think Aspen Ladd is just a cut above her. Macy, this is only going to be her ninth fight. Aspen Ladd, it's going to be her 11th fight. So it's they're pretty well evenly matched as far as experience. But see, the difference is that Aspen goes out there and she finishes fights. Macy does not. She kind of is like a hanger on her type, and I think that she will lose. I don't think she will. I don't think she'll get finished, but I think that she'll lose. Um, but yeah, so those are the fights we'll pick. So me and Nico picked everything the same except Jodko versus Misha Kirkunov. He picked Jodko. I picked Kirkunov, and both of us were kind of like hesitant to pick that fight as far as who we thought was going to win. So that's that has the makings of fight of the night if they both show up. So now let's see. I did want to talk, Nico, about Extreme Rules and what happened the other night. But before I do, there were these rumors that uh, Bray Wyatt was going to show up on AEW tonight. Now, I haven't seen anything about him doing that. I don't think that he did. But there's a report out there that Bray Wyatt probably isn't going to AEW. So you and I have talked about it, and I actually think he's going to go back to WWE. You and I have been saying that for a while.
Don't fuck with me, yo.
No, I think he will. I mean, I feel like he will. And then you
The night
hit me with
before.
your theory the other night.
Yup.
So, we'll talk about that. But now they're saying that he's not going to AEW, he's going to Impact. And I was like, unless he wants to be a big fish in a little pond, there's no reason for him to go to Impact
Oh,
Wrestling.
don't do that, Bray.
But they're actually saying that him and Braun Strowman are going to go to Impact, which
You see that Braun makes everything difficult, and like he's the only reason why I feel like my theory could be incorrect because Bray is a loyal dude, and I could see him and Braun going off and doing something together. So,
yeah, I could see that too. I don't.
but I could also see my theory being correct.
Yep. And actually, we'll go ahead and tell the people your theory because that was the main event. Um, it was pretty wild. Roman was Roman had the match pretty well in the bag, and then the heartbeat and red lights and everything came on, and the demon popped up, and he was ready to go.
Yep.
Um, so the red lights,
The
take it
red
from there,
lights.
Nico.
When Bray originally started wrestling under the Fiend moniker and wrestling under the red lights, he would write these series of tweets alluding to "You cannot kill it under the red lights." For some reason, the other night after Finn Balor's heartbeat and like all this weird stuff started happening for the Demon, the red lights came on, and that's how the rest of the match was wrestled. And then Finn got on top of the ropes, and the ropes broke down. And after the ropes broke down, the lights came back on. Right?
Yep.
Am I right about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then that's when Roman had pinned him or whatever because of whatever the malfunction. Like Roman was able to hit him with like a Superman or a spear, or whatever he finished him with, and then pin
Yeah.
him. So I'm thinking that that's the Fiend at work right there because he already has that history with Finn.
Yep.
So he was like possessing Finn and like getting him to come back to life to then take it away from him. And when he turned off those red lights and Finn went down, that's when Roman was able to capitalize. So I
Yeah.
just feel like it's a build up for the Fiend to actually make his return. That's
I
what I think.
think I think that'd be great, man. I would love to see it. And I've been thinking all along that for some reason it's just one of those things, man, that sometimes the WWE will do that. They'll release somebody, or they'll even say they released somebody and they really haven't,
Yep.
just to drum up some excitement. So we'll see what happens.
Very big excitement too, man, because
Yeah.
they're still man, and they're using all his shit. Like I could understand taking some of the sauce, but they're still using all of his shit,
Yep.
like the Firefly Funhouse stuff. It's all his.
Yep.
And he still has WWE in his at handle on Twitter.
And that's normally not how it'll go. You're
Yeah.
right about that.
So
Yeah. I'm hoping that he comes back, man. May hey, and I've told you this before. Sometimes WWE will release these guys and then sign them right back on a different contract than they had, kind of like they did with Samoa Joe earlier this year. And you know what? I would love to see him and Braun come back and be, the Wyatts again, the Wyatt family. Um, you know, I would be happy with that. But we'll see what happens. Um, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. I kind of was disappointed in this match. Ended in a no contest when what the fuck Sasha Banks came back,
mhm.
and I don't know. I don't like pay per view matches ending in a no contest or uh some kind of bullshit because obviously it's going to keep going. Now we know that, but you save that for TV. You don't save that for pay per views.
Yeah.
We're supposed to see some kind of resolve or something crazy happen. And maybe they thought that Sasha Banks coming back would be crazy, but it wasn't. It was basically forgotten by the end of the
Leave
night.
for that long. She don't
Yeah.
leave long enough to be missed that much.
Right. You're right about that. U.S. title match. Damian Priest defeated Jeff Hardy and Sheamus by pinfall. They really made everybody in the arena think that Jeff Hardy was about to win the title, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a good job at that.
Yeah.
They had me going.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think they really know what to do with Jeff, number one. And number two, I don't think they trust him, Nico, because of all the legal trouble he's been in.
Yeah, of course.
And kind of like, I was saying about John Jones, the UFC, they're not going to keep trusting this guy to keep fucking his life up.
Yeah,
So
I
this
mean,
was
Jeff Hardy, he's the cause of his own demise. He's his own undoing, man. Great
definitely,
talent. The people love him.
yep,
He has the nostalgia appeal going for him, and he still has the talent when he's actually in the ring. So,
yep,
oh, it's just outside demons, man, getting a hold of him that they can't really risk making him the guy.
yep. You're right about that. Um, so the demon, like Finn Balor, the demon has a hold of him. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Man. Um, yeah. So he's going to be in the Wyatt family too. That actually would be kind of cool. But
That would have been
um,
fire.
what's that?
That would have been fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. Um, Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair ripped Lily's head off and then won by pinfall. Alexa kind of freaked out afterwards, fucked up the entire spot. She was supposed to foam at the mouth. So the old school trick, Nico, do you know what the old school trick is to make yourself Alka Seltzer? So she put the Alka Seltzer on her tongue, but you got to work up spit in your mouth as you're getting ready to do that. Apparently, her mouth was dry. And then later on, she opens her mouth and sticks her tongue out, and you can see the Alka Seltzer tablet on her tongue. And
Yep.
it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, so that was not. I'm gonna say that's not her fault because that was like an old trick from like the '80s, right? And whoever told her to do it, I should have explained it to her better or made her do it so she could get a idea of what she was doing.
Yep.
So she's young. It has not happened in the last at least 20 years, um, on a big show at least. So anyway, um, everybody said the Usos were going to lose the titles. Nico, you know that?
Did they say
Everybody said it. What's
why?
that?
Did they say that? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. All the groups on Facebook, everybody's like, I'm pretty sure the Street Profits are going to take the titles, and I was like, hell no, hell nah. So
Are they not used to elite stables?
I guess not,
Is that
man.
how they work? They're
Yeah,
not going to lose those titles for quite some time.
nope. You know how the internet is though, man. They're kind of like fucking ridiculous. But yeah, the Usos beat the Street Profits in an impromptu match. The New Day, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods beat Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos
Hmm.
by pinfall. That was a decent match. I mean, you got a bunch of talent in there. When you do a six-man tag, you don't get anybody to really look great. Big E looked pretty good. I can't remember exactly what he did, but he did
He's
something with Lashley.
cutting some great promos right now too, man.
Oh
His
yeah,
energy is perfect.
yep, yep. You're right. And man, that match really showed how big Omos is because the
Yeah.
New Day, none of those guys are real tall,
Hmm.
and that dude like dwarfs all of them. I mean,
Man,
Big E is the tallest one. He's 5'11", and Omos is like around 7 feet apparently. So that was pretty crazy looking. And then, Nico, this was the funniest slash my favorite mishap of the pay per view.
what's that, brother?
For weeks, at least 2 weeks, they were talking about Liv Morgan has only had one singles match on pay per view before. This was a big deal for her. It's only her second singles match on pay per view. Bro, they mentioned it on SmackDown at least 2 or 3 times both weeks.
Okay,
And guess what? It got bumped to the pre-show. It wasn't even a pay-per-view match.
I saw that. Yeah, man.
So you build the shit up and don't even do it, man.
Man, they do her dirty, man. And she's
Yeah,
doing well.
she did. She's getting better.
Yep.
So that was pretty silly that they did that to her. Um, but I don't know. I always think that the tag titles they throw together these like I don't know, like impromptu tag teams, I guess you would say, like Natalia and Tamina. Now they got Nikki Ash and
Ripley.
Ripley. Yeah. Okay. In my opinion, what I would do right now, keep Alexa off TV, take Liv off TV, team those two up, have them come back and be like dominant tag team, and actually have them as a tag team, not just the odd couples that we keep seeing.
Yeah.
The last time we saw real tag team champions, women's champions, was like Asuka and Kyrie Zane, or was it the Iconics? One or the other.
Those are two
The
good teams, though. Two actual
right,
teams.
right. There's no real tag team women, women's tag teams right now, bro. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan together, they would be fucking over, and they could come out there and they could do like almost like the beautiful people. Remember the beautiful people in TNA?
Okay.
How they kind of like made fun of people and said they were fat or they were ugly and all this other stuff. Bro, take that shit. Nobody's doing it. Let those two do it, man. They could come out there like basically kind of like divas and be like real shallow, and they could get a nice run out of those two together. Two
You
of the
think
best.
more into Alexa's current character?
Yeah, that too. Absolutely. They could turn Liv
Liv
because
could definitely play that shit.
yeah, and Liv's already. Remember, she used to have like the stuff coming down, the mascara running. You could bring her over there. I totally agree. I was thinking that too. Either way, but just having the titles jump around from non-tag team to non-tag team. I mean, look what we've had. We've had Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Then we had Natalia and Tamina Snuka, and now we've got Rhea and Nikki Ash. None of those three are an actual tag team. Rhea and Nia Jax kind of was. No, not Rhea. Nia Jax and
You know,
yeah, exactly. They kind of were a tag team, but not really. I mean, they still just felt thrown together, didn't
yeah,
they?
for sure.
So I think that that's the way to go, bro. And I think that they are two of the most marketable women in the company, but neither of them are like top of the line where you could give them the belt right now. But the tag titles, absolutely. I think that they should do that. They won't, but they should. Um, so yeah, man. I didn't get to see Raw last night. Was it last 2 nights ago? Anything exciting happen?
Raw 2 nights ago, what happened?
I know Big E came out and wrestled Bobby Lashley, what, in a
Bobby
steel
Lashley
cage?
wrestled it. They wrestled to open the show. It got broke up by the Hurt Business
Mhm.
joining Bobby Lashley again. So New Day came out to defend Big E.
The Hurt Business is back with Bobby Lashley.
So they were for that moment. I don't know if it's
Okay,
completely set in stone or not, but they
and it was
did
the same too.
same two. Shelton
Shelton Benjamin.
Benjamin, Cedric.
Hmm.
Adam Pierce came out, said there's not going to be no interruptions. We're going to do this in steel cage later this evening. That was a hell of a match. Saw a big ending off of, I think, like the second rope, maybe the
Hmm.
top rope. It was a real big moment. That was dope. Uh,
Nice.
so, what else went down, man? Charlotte Flair almost lost to Dewdrop,
Oh, jeez.
but Eva Marie interrupted, so it's another distraction finish in the books. Been a
Worst gimmick ever. Dewdrop. Seriously.
Yeah, and the girl has decent juice, man. She can go in the ring, man. She's strong. She's a
Yeah.
powerhouse. They could have did something good with her. Just give her a regular fucking name.
Dumb
Uh,
name.
what else happened? It's hard to recall, man. It's hard to recall.
It's all right. Those are probably the most important things. I know Randy Orton and Riddle did not wrestle.
Nah, Riddle wound up wrestling AJ Styles and then
Right.
almost came into the ring and finished him off after AJ had defeated him.
Okay. So, and where the hell's Randy? Like, he hasn't been on the show in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he said Randy took the week off after his last win over whoever his last win was over. Probably
And remember, like a month or two ago, he took off some time. He's
yep.
taking a lot of time off lately, man. But
Riddle's doing his thing, carrying them,
yeah,
selling their merchandise. Because Randy
Yep.
ain't doing a goddamn thing.
Nah. Riddle's bad. Riddle's not bad at all, man. He's kind of won me over. At first, I was not a fan.
So I think that you were right about them getting back to this attitude era type feel
Hmm.
coming off of that debut show of NXT 2.0.
Yeah.
Um, Goldberg cut a promo and said that he was gonna kill Bobby Lashley.
Really?
Yeah, he literally said he was gonna kill him. Like he's
That's
like, I'm gonna beat
hilarious.
you for that. For I'm gonna beat you, and if I'm lucky, or if you're lucky, I'll actually wind up killing you. It's
That's
like, all
funny.
right, that's pretty fucking wild, man. That's some off the chart shit. And then I think while Riddle was in the match, they said that one of the commentators should try some of his gummies. But they talk about weed and shit as well. So I think
Nice.
you're right. They're definitely about to make that move back that way.
They've got to do something, man, and I think that's the way to go. Um, it's definitely not doing the Fight Club with Shane McMahon again. That's not the idea. Not a good idea.
Trash, man.
Yep. Hey,
Could have been all right. Could have been all right, but they didn't do it. They didn't execute it properly.
it could. Yeah, you're right. It could have been all right, man. It could have been pretty good. Um, and you know, if they ever bring Rhonda back and they had that still going on, you put her in a mask and let her go in there and just start fucking girls up. You know what I mean? And people are like, "Oh, that's definitely Rhonda," and then like, "Oh no, it's not. It's a Mexican luchador, or whatever." You know, just
When
fuck
Ronda
around with the
comes
crowd.
back, when Ronda comes back, it should be to fight Becky Lynch for whatever title Becky has, and she should be.
Definitely.
I'm gonna fuck you up, and my daughter will fuck your daughter up too.
I think before that though, Asuka's gonna come back and because she's been out for several weeks.
Yeah.
I think that she's gonna move over to SmackDown and feud with Becky because you remember Becky handed her the title before she left.
Hmm.
So I think that they've got some unfinished business together.
For sure.
Um, so anyway, Nico, before we go, I've got two MMA memes that I forgot to show you. So the first one.
Yeah.
Everybody's been talking shit about Joe Rogan. He beat COVID in 3 days, though, apparently. And then Nico,
Go.
um, what was the guy that Sean O'Malley just battered? Was it Chris Martino or something like that?
Yep. Muccino.
Okay. He actually posted this today, which makes it even funnier.
Facts.
Fucking hilarious to me, bro.
Facts.
Hilarious. So yeah, man, I just I kind of like that one.
Now you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down?
That's what he needs to add. Hey, that's what he needs to say, man. Do we have any Tom Aspinall news this week?
Hey, get him off the fucking. You're driving me crazy.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? Hey, mate. It's going all right, mate. This motherfucker. Tom Aspinall. We got a comment. Brandon Carl. Oh, has he? John Jones beating on his wife was a nice tune-up fight to combat ring rust before he fights Ngannou. Who the fuck is
Rough.
Hazy, bro?
That's rough, Hazy.
YouTube always has like the best comments, bro. The every time we get something wild is from YouTube. Do you know who that is, Hazy?
I don't have a clue who it is. I'm never gonna know who the YouTube comments are, buddy. I'm never
Yeah,
gonna know.
I don't even. Yeah, I'm
That's a
I'm
great
with you on that
comment. I'm sure
one.
no fight, man. Seems like he
Yeah.
got the best end of it too. Well, he had a much better time with his fight than what's his name did, Dylan Dennis.
Oh God, yeah, he got
Motherfucker
fucking.
got smoked out in them streets, ain't he?
Yeah, he was tapping too. I was like, come on, man.
He was tapping.
He was. Oh yeah, he tapped for sure. Tapped.
He tapped out.
Yes.
Get the fuck out
I
of
mean
here.
that you'll see. I can show it to you real quick. That bouncer though. I mean, he was like twice his size, but he. I think that
He
Dylan
needs to
really.
stop running his mouth to people twice his size. He do that shit all the time.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Like he's so confident in this jujitsu skill set that he possessed, man. You better cut that shit out, bro.
Yeah, you're right. He really though. I really think that he thinks that he's Conor McGregor. Like he's got in his head, I am Conor McGregor, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what Conor does, and this and
Yeah.
that, and he's just not. All right, let's see. Let's see. No, we want that one. Theater mode. All right, let me see. I'm gonna share the screen. But if you look at his hand, he definitely, without question, taps out. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. We'll go full mode. Watch his hand. See?
Yeah, yeah,
Tapped his
yeah,
elbow.
yeah. He tapping that tricep.
Like, I'm good. Let me go.
See, he tapped again.
He tapped again.
He panic tapped.
You better cut that shit out, Dylan. Especially out in these streets getting drunk. You know he was probably lit up too.
Bro, people are just like walking by him. Like this is normal.
Looking foolish, man.
Yep.
There was your opportunity to fight Jake Paul, you dumbass. Look at you. Looking like a fool with your face on the ground.
Yep. You're right about that. All right, Nico, you ready to roll out, bro? You ready to take it to the house?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Do it up, bro.
There is no need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here live on TFG episode 62 coming live at you. It was your boy Nick Diddy here with my cousin Willie G. Willie, what you got to say?
Oh yeah, this Sunday, we have a special guest who was actually our first guest on the first episode, Helen Peralta. Will be back in the building. I will show the graphic right now, 10 p.m. on Sunday, October 3rd.
They do it.
So go ahead, Nico. Sorry about that, man.
Nah, man, it's no problem, man. We'll holler at you guys on Sunday. Peace.
Peace out.